Hey guys, it's Austin for Athletes.com, and today's post is about my new favorite exercise of the week. And it is a reciprocal inhibition kind of thing where you're gonna stretch something that's tight, activate something that's weak. And by doing these two things in conjunction, hopefully things start to kind of take shape long term for you. And we're gonna focus on the hip flexors here for stretching. For me, coming out of hip surgery, I've had a lot of pain, a lot of issues in this hip flexor all the time. Especially the TFL, the quad, the rectus femoris, they get really tight on me. So I've kind of devised this little combo of mine that's really helped me kind of open my hips. You can use it before your workouts. So let's try over here first. So I kind of use the modified version of the couch stretch that Kelly Starrett talks about on Mobility WOD. So what I like to do is I got to get my foot all the way up against the wall. I want to make sure that my heel and my butt are going to be together here. So I get into this lunge position. This is all locked in, and immediately I feel a lot of tension in this position. If you can come around here, try to take a look at where my foot is. I want to keep my foot kind of right behind me here. I don't want it to be turned one way or the other too much. And then before I do anything else right now from this position, I'm going to squeeze my butt. And then I just start moving my way up slowly till I feel tension, and then I back off. I do not want to round my back or arch my back. I want to try to keep a neutral spine as much as possible and be moving from the hip. So I like to kind of just oscillate through this. Squeeze, take breaths, deep breaths through the belly, and out. And really feel that tension as it opens up more and more. Get into that end range of tension, back off. Into it, back off. If this is too intense for you, you can come down and do a neutral position. Just make sure that your knee and your hip stay in line. And I can even work internal rotation on this by taking this foot out that way more. Now what I can do is I can hold onto my butt, everything's tight, and I can just kind of lean forward and get a stretch through that hip region. Lean forward. So then after you do this, it's not enough. And this is what we talk about. So we just stretched what was tight. Now we need to activate what is weak, typically. So we're gonna come over to a little glute bridge exercise. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure, again, my abs are set, my ribs are not flared. So I'm taking a big breath in, breath out, tighten my core. I'm gonna push through my heels. I'm keeping my back pretty flat on this, actually. I like to do a little posterior tilt in this because I have a tendency to have other things get in the way of the glutes. And I'm gonna bridge up, and I'm just gonna hold this position and take some deep breaths. Now, what I like to do to make this a little more advanced is I take the foam roller, I do a little bit of an adductor squeeze to activate my adductors here. I come up, and once I find my position, I try to hold one leg out, relaxing this hip flexor, really getting through this glute and turning on the adductors to stabilize. And then when I'm in this position, I want to dip. So I got to really fight that and then take some deep breaths in this position. And I'll go back and forth 10 seconds a side, maybe 3 times. So a total of 30 seconds after about 2 minutes on that stretch. Then I get up and I'm feeling pretty loose and ready to go. So that's Austin coming at you for the exercise of the week on Athletes.com.